Hi, welcome to another edition of the Alan Rosenberg Show. Today I'm going to be doing a video where I'm reviewing the most recent album by Uriah Heep, and it's called Chaos and Colors. As you can see, Chaos and Color. It got really good reviews by people who are fans of Uriah Heep, and I love it. So I'm going to go a deep dive. I'm going to go through it track by track and let you know what I think of this album. I want to thank, I actually got this as a gift. I am still so blown away. One of my viewers who's becoming like a friend is Tom, and he actually sent me for the holidays, the end of last year, he sent me the Uriah Heep album, and he also sent me Steven Wilson's album, the Harmony Codex, which I have not opened yet, Tom. Working on it. This is my docket right here of stuff that I have to get to, plus my backlog. But I've been listening to the Uriah Heep album for a month, and it's awesome if you love Uriah Heep. So let's go through it. Uriah Heep, when I was growing up in the 70s, they got no respect. Rolling Stone wouldn't give them the time of day. In fact, that's not entirely true. Rolling Stone, their review of the first Uriah Heep album, and how cool is Uriah Heep? In their live album, they reproduced a lot of the clippings because they knew they were not a critics band, and they reproduced that review, which you could see right there, Uriah Heep. If this group makes it, I'll have to commit suicide. That's the opening line from a reviewer from Rolling Stone magazine reviewing the first Uriah Heep album. So here you are. That was like 1970. So now we are like whatever that is, 50-something years later. Uriah Heep still going strong. And I don't know where that reviewer is, right? So anyway, I got into Uriah Heep really. Like I said, my sister, music, aficionados never really gave them the time of day, even in the 70s. They were like the poor man's Deep Purple. So I never really gave them much time of day either, except they were oftentimes on the cover of like Cream magazine and Circus, and I subscribed and I still have those. So I'd read about them, but didn't really give them the time of day until I saw them live. And I guess that was in the 80s. And I saw them with three other bands, and they blew me away. And they were the only band that came out in the interval. They set up a table, and you could meet with them. And I met with them, and they signed stuff. And I was so impressed by how great they were that I told them, you got a new fan, and here I am. And I actually don't really consider them one of my favorite bands, but I like them. And I have 21 Uriah Heep albums, which you could see, so I don't want anybody to think I'm exaggerating. So I guess I'm a fan, right? 21 Uriah Heep albums, that's pretty good. Chaos and Color came out last year after COVID, and this is the booklet. Here's who new in the band. You got Bernie Shaw on lead vocals. He's been with the band since like 1987. It's probably around when I saw them, maybe. Who else we got in the band? Longtime keyboardist. Well, I should probably go in order. Phil Lanzin plays a lot of Hammond, of course. Been with the band a very long time. The leader of the band, of course, is Mick Box. He's been with the band since day one, and he's the guitarist, does backup vocals. And then they got a fairly new drummer. Well, he's been with the band for a while. Fantastic drummer. And that is, I'll show you, Russell Gilbrook. And then the bass player is now Dave Rimmer. Uriah Heep, even in the 70s, had a revolving lineup. You always had Mick Box, but they had different vocalists. And it's why it's a fun band to be into, because they really could have different sounds. Anyway, they're kind of in a golden renaissance. A couple of years back, they started putting out some really fine records. Outsider was one I know. Living the Dream was the one before this. That got rave reviews. But this one really is getting spectacular reviews, and it is an awesome achievement for Uriah Heep. The production is by Jay Rustin, who I'm not really familiar with, but the production is alive. Wide sound. It is explosive out of the speakers. Some great production stuff lately. Reminds me of the Stones' Hackney Dime. It's not that they sound alike, but the production on that is great. The production on this is great. You listen to a big stereo system like I have. It's killer. Let's go through it track by track. The opening track is called Save Me Tonight. I guess that was the opening single. And it opens up with that classic Hammond organ that is Uriah Heep through and through. Also like Deep Purple, but in Uriah Heep, that huge Hammond sound. You get that crunchy guitar riff. Mick Box is phenomenal throughout this album, throughout everything. You know, Uriah Heep has only got one guitar player, so Mick Box has got to play the rhythm. He does a lot of wah-wah. He's known for that, and a lot of great leads. He sounds like he's 25 years old in this album. I mean, the whole band sounds amazing. It's a driving hard rocker. It's got a classic wah-wah solo. That is, Mick Box is known for that. He does this wah-wah soloing, but picks out the notes. You get some great double kick drum by Russell Gilbrook. It's a really good opener for sure. Save Me Tonight. That goes into Silver Sunlight a little over 4 minutes, and that opens up with a cool drum fill, which I kind of always love. And then you get some serious riffing, some really tasty guitar licks from Mick Box on that. You know, like a good guitar lick. When you hear it, you'll hear it. It's really tasty. A great chorus that is really catchy. A really excellent, goes into a really good musical bridge. I'm trying to remember it. And another really good guitar solo in Silver Sunlight as well. It's got a big sound. This whole album sounds big, widescreen. Gotta love it. That goes into the third song, Hail the Sunrise. That is a classic Heap. If you took all of these albums and you took the best songs and did a classic Heap compilation, you gotta put Hail the Sunrise on it, a third track. It is monstrous. Huge Hammond guitar. The vocals, the guitar, the chorus, Hail the Sunrise, is just sensational. I mean, it's got a really good musical bridge in it as well, and then goes back into it. Yeah, it is. Hail the Sunrise is classic. It's epic. The chorus is anthemic. You know, I could see it live. Hail the Sunrise. It really is interesting. In fact, as it goes to a bridge, that the whole thing comes down really quietly, which is really, really tasty. And then it goes into this epic guitar solo with really big wah-wah, Mick Box wah-wah, and then goes back into an exploding chorus. If you don't know Uriah Heep and you want to hear like what they sound like as a big, you know, heavy metal, hard rocking progressive band, Hail the Sunrise. That's the place to start on this album. And it goes into Age of Changes is next, about almost 6 minutes. Again, you got really good harmony vocals that started off, Uriah Heep's got really good harmonies throughout their career. And that goes over to verses. Again, a massive sound. It's got another excellent, catchy chorus. And everything's on this Hammond organ bed that they're known for. It's still there. Another great guitar solo from Mick Box. The band is so powerful. Goes into Hurricane. Hurricane to me is a more basic, straight ahead kind of rocker. I think they tried to release that as a single. Wouldn't have been my choice. It does have a really nice guitar solo, a keyboard solo in Hurricane. Another really fine song, but more basic. Then you go to One Nation, One Sun. That is 7.5 minutes long. There's your epic right there. It starts off as like a piano ballad. Really tasty. Really great vocal harmonies. And then around the 3-minute mark, give or take, my memory serves, the band comes in and it becomes like a progressive rock classic. Symphonic rock. Melodic, powerful. It's a classic. That's the second song on this album that would be classic stature. You take anything Uriah Heep's ever done, put it on a best of, that's equal to that. One Nation and Hail the Sunrise. Golden Light comes next. This is classic 70s Uriah Heep. You could take Golden Light and you could stick it on Demon and Wizard. You could stick it on The Magician's Birthday. It fits right there. And note that has different vocals. Bernie Shaw's not from those days, but it fits right on there. It is a classic 70s Heep. It's got a little bit of a shuffle beat that they've used in the past, but it's still a hard rocker with a strong chorus. It's awesome. You'll Never Be Alone is almost 8 minutes, and that is also interesting. It starts off as a piano-led song. It's really pretty, really melodic, and then it kicks into this hard driving chorus. and then it goes back and forth, where you got this piano-led verses, really cool drum beat comes in, really tasty. Then it keeps going into this hard driving chorus of "You'll Never Be Alone." It goes back and forth, and it's really like a progressive masterpiece. Time changes, complicated. The bridge is completely different. Different guitar licks. There's a roaring wah-wah guitar solo throughout this album and on that as well. It's an epic progressive track. You'll never be alone if you like that kind of stuff. Fly Like an Eagle comes next. No, that's not the Steve Miller song. That's another guitar riff-driven song, hard rocking. It's good. Nothing special, but it's another good, really strong track. Another wah-wah guitar solo on that one. Next, Freedom to Be Free, over 8 minutes. And there's another one. It is another hard-rocking, progressive track. It rocks really hard. There's a great, great keyboard solo from Phil Lanzin. And then that goes into a wah-wah guitar solo that just soars, man. Then it goes into an epic bass solo. I mean, these guys are just soloing. And then they trade it back and forth. We go into the bass and the guitar, and they just going back and forth, not weaving. They're taking turns going back and forth. Goes back into this really big chorus. And then 5 minutes into it, it almost stops, and you get like this orchestral piano piece that's like classical music. And then it goes back into this epic rocket track. It's progressive rock, Uriah Heep style. Freedom to Be Free. It ends with a thing called Closer to Your Dreams, which I think is only on certain editions. I guess this is like a deluxe edition. And that is that classic Uriah Heep shuffle kind of song. If you don't know Uriah Heep in the 70s, you probably know Easy Living. That was like a hit. That's that shuffle Uriah Heep. As soon as I heard Closer to Your Dreams, I'm like, there's a modern day Easy Living right there, but not quite as good. But there's not a bum song on this album. It's 60 minutes long. Every song really, really works well. This band, their age, like I said, they came out in 1970 originally, and here we are 50 years later. These guys are pushing in their 70s, right? They sound so electric, so alive. It's quite an accomplishment. Now, if you don't like Uriah Heep back in the 70s or in the 80s, you're not going to like this. You're just not. They have a particular sound, and you have to like them. But if you do like them, this is a hell of a piece of work. Something to be really, really proud of. Uriah Heep, Chaos, and Color. Good artwork, too. A really massive achievement for them. Now, if you never heard Uriah Heep, what I would recommend doing, check out this. I did a video on my favorite, acoustic live records kind of a thing. And they did a one called Acoustically Driven many, many, many years ago. And I love this album. It's got Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull guesting on there. And there's a lot of their really famous songs and some really unknown tracks, but it's all acoustic. And it's beautiful. I love this acoustic album from Uriah Heep, Acoustically Driven. So if you don't know Uriah Heep, check out that one. And then if you like that, dip your toes into some of their electric stuff. There's a lot of compilations. This is a good one. This is called Come Away Melinda, a collection of classic Uriah Heep ballads. This is great. These are like full electric songs by Uriah Heep, but more ballady, so maybe a little bit easy to take. And then if you like that, dig into, the full-blown Uriah Heep stuff. There's a lot of collections. There's that one, the best of Volume 2. I have a huge box set downstairs of 6 CDs. And then you could dig into like Uriah Heep Lives, a classic live album. Demon and Wizard's a classic. Magician's Birthday is a classic. Abominog is a great 80s release from them. And then check out Chaos and Color. For a band of this age, and it's a massive achievement. So congratulations to Uriah Heep. A terrific album, Chaos and Color. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you have this album? You planning on getting it? Do you like Uriah Heep? Do you hate Uriah Heep? Well, whatever. Take my hat off to them. Still going, and Mick Box keeping the band alive. As always, I appreciate you watching me. If you're new to my channel, hit subscribe. Check out my other playlist. There's tons of videos. As I always say, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you later this week on the Alan Rosenberg Show.